So here we have one of these Christmas spotlight projector thingies that have become all the rage lately. This is a static image one that shows a Christmas tree with a very happy snowman who's very happy with his tree. The image doesn't move. I got it in Home Bargains, which is like the Irish equivalent of B&M Bargains over in the UK. So here it is. As you can see, the image isn't really visible. Comes with a mounting kit to stick it into your garden. Although the image looks out of focus here, when it's actually projected onto the front wall of your home from, say, 10-15 foot away, it looks perfectly fine. So let's take this apart and have a little hack at it and see what we can do with it. So let's screw it all apart now. The front half of this is made of plastic and the back half is made of metal, and that's probably to allow for heat dissipation of the LED that's inside, because it probably would generate a fair little bit of heat even though it's quite small. Yeah, me and my clumsy hands struggling to take it apart. There we go. There's a lens in the front and there's another lens behind, which you can see there. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see the image it's projecting. If I zoom in a bit, you can see Santa and the tree, or is it, sorry, the snowman and the tree. And the good thing is this comes out quite easily. The lens itself is just like a half a sphere of cheap plastic, and underneath it there's effectively something that's like a photo slide holding the image. So pulling it out is quite easy. There's the four sharp corners of the slide. It's square but mounted in a circular holder. That'll make sense in a while, and it'll make sense shortly why that works. So you can sort of like prise the lens out. What I recommend using is a flathead screwdriver and just finding an edge where you can prise it. Might take a few attempts. Try not to scratch the front of the lens in the process though, because otherwise you'd scratch it. And there we go. There's the lens. And there is the image itself, the slide. If I get it into focus. Here we go. There he is. Isn't he a happy snowman? So what I'm going to do is cut out a piece of plastic shaped like this, and I'm using this packaging from a smoke alarm because it seems like the same kind of plastic. And I'm just going to draw something on it. But first of all, I need to cut it to shape. So here we go. What I'm going to do is try and cut it to shape as best I can. It'll be a bit tricky. It doesn't need to be exact. It just needs to sort of have the same square dimensions, if you know what I mean. So I'll take a snip there to mark one edge. You can't see me now, so what I'll do is I'll speed up through this until we get to the bit that matters. So there we go, we've got it cut to size. Now we need to do something with it. I'm just going to write on it using a blue marker that I pilfered from my daughter, RS for Robert Shed. How you do this, I'm not quite sure. You might want to experiment and use old photograph transparencies, or get someone who's really good at doing small detailed drawings. You know, if you're a retailer and you want to get one of those fancy signs that projects an arrow or a logo on the wall, you know, this is a way of doing it on the cheap. Like in IKEA, they've got the projectors that project the arrows onto the floors to make you get lost in their labyrinth. Then, yeah, if you want to copy that in your own store, this is a good way of doing it. So anyway, we'll snap the lens back in. It just snaps in nice and easily. And screw on the lid, the front of the projector. Of course, you should make sure that you've actually put the slide in. I don't know if it's called a slide. Yeah, I call it a slide. The correct way. So the bottom should be aligned with the bits on the body of the projector that you attach this ground spike to, and also make sure it's not back to front. But for a quick test, this will do. So I'm just going to screw it up here and then plug it in and hopefully it'll all work. Let's see, there we go. Well, it's actually back to front. There's also a bit of dirt there. I can see a few hairs and fibers, but they're easily cleaned up. So if you're ever doing this, just make sure to clean it all up before you put it all back together again. So yeah, so that is a way to do something interesting with one of those cheap Christmas projectors. Cheerio, take care, bye bye.